believed you could achieve any success you've always wanted, what would you do differently? What would you think differently? Thank you for listening to On the Air with Jeanette Sibley. It's your time for results. I'm coming to you from the Mile High city of Denver, Colorado. My focus each week is to share with you success tips, insights, and how to do it that help you achieve the results and successes you've always wanted in your business, in your career, and in other areas of your life. Are you ready to uncover the success you've always wanted? Today, I will be going solo and talking about how to get unstuck and achieve successful results. I'm an executive coach, have been for the past 27 years, and I've helped thousands make more money, achieve intended results, and have fun in the process. And I think all three are important to be successful. I invite you to listen to today's podcast from where you are stuck in your business, stuck in your career, and or stuck in your life. And what are one or two ideas you can take from this podcast that will help you get unstuck and achieve successful results? Some of you might say, I don't know where I'm stuck. Well, here are some ideas. Are you unable to get started on a project? A lot of us have great ideas, but we keep thinking about them as opposed to doing something about them. The second area is, has your project skidded to a halt and you don't know why? That happens a lot where things are going along, we hit an inevitable wall, and instead of blasting through it, we stay stuck. The third might be, have you limited your career options, or has your boss derailed your career options? This happens more often than we'd like to think, and it helps, the impact on you is that you will feel stuck. And the fourth one is, do you wish you had different coworkers or bosses or clients? Relationships are important. Too often we feel stuck because these are the people we have to work with, but we're not quite sure what to do to have better relationships. And then the fifth one is, have you ever overthought an idea? I run into a lot of people like that who love to overanalyze things, and then they overanalyze what they overanalyzed, and it becomes very cyclical. So if you answered yes to any of these questions, you are using way too much brain power and spending way too much time overthinking why you and your team are stuck. This cyclical thinking hurts progress and will keep you stuck. And if you wait too long to talk with the right coach, your team members, resources, and your options will probably vanish. In the story I'm about to share, the name Deidre represents many people I've coached over the years that got stuck after leaving successful corporate jobs. Deidre, a corporate executive, was fired from her corporate job. For the next 7 years, she felt stuck. Because of her past successes, she relied on past beliefs on how to make money. And as you know, there's a lot of podcasts, a lot of videos, a lot of speakers, they'll say, get rich quick. Well, unfortunately, a lot of people will buy into those and then fail and then feel stuck, because why me after you've been successful, right? She then went and worked for several low-paying jobs where she became bored. And she took those jobs because she needed the money, but she was always hoping that somebody would recognize her leadership experience and skill set. But that just didn't come. The whole process just seemed elusive. Like, why is it not my turn for success? She felt even more dispirited after listening to motivational techniques that didn't work. She finally agreed, after talking with me, to take a PXT Select assessment and listen to suggestions I might have for her. The result, she started taking focused actions. She got unstuck, and this all happened on the same day. It was really cool to watch it happen. She chose a new position from several high-level opportunities she was offered and is still there today. Now let's talk about 3 ways you can get unstuck and move forward. Now the key here, like with Deidre, is to remember to take action on at least one of these ideas in the next 24 hours. So the first key is to talk it out. What I'd want you to do is go share your stuckness or being stuck or whatever you want to call that. In other words, overthinking it. Talk it out with a few trusted people and your executive coach. And I underline the words few trusted people. I'm sure many of you listening have posted something on Facebook or talked to 30 people, and as a result, you get back so many different ideas, you actually feel overwhelmed. And then you feel stuck. And then you don't do anything. And then you just feel dispirited. It's like, okay, what can I do? What's wrong with me? Why is it working for somebody else, but it didn't work for me? So the key here is too many opinions will actually keep you stuck and hinder any progress. So what you want to do is when you talk with these few trusted people and your executive coach is stick to the facts of the situation. Stay away from telling your story about why you feel the way you do, because that will actually impede progress. Instead, listen to the feedback you receive from your trusted advisors and select one option. Then take action on it in the next 24 hours. Remember, the right focused actions will make all the difference. They are a magnet for attracting new opportunities, just like Deidre experienced in the story we just talked about. The second key to getting unstuck is to keep physically and mentally fit. So that may mean getting out of the office when you're feeling stuck, just to get away from it all for 5, 10, 15 minutes. Or it could be going and just, instead of taking a walk, go read a book, go listen to a podcast, go do something that will relax you. Because what you're doing is that you're keeping your emotions more objective. Because a lot of times when we feel stuck, we get frustrated. We feel like we want to lash out at people. And the problem is that will actually hurt us in the long run. So again, what you want to do is walk it out. And while you are feeling stuck, stay committed to the end result. And again, that means taking the right focused action steps. Be aware of playing the blame game. Because too often when we're feeling stuck, we want to blame it on the economy, blame it on not having enough money, blame it on our boss, our coworkers, our clients, or somebody or something. These excuses will actually prevent you from becoming unstuck. Why? Because you need to take responsibility. You need to be resilient and flexible and move forward. And sometimes those shifts, those changes that you need to take can be very small. Sometimes it may take one big step, and then guess what? It all shifts. So again, keeping mentally and physically fit is going to be important to helping you better help you feel more confident in taking responsibility, being resilient, and being flexible to move forward. The third thing to do that I coach my clients to do is to write it out. So when projects or relationships are becoming murky and confusing, just stop. Stop ruminating about it. Stop wishing they should be or could be or would be different, because if they were, then this wouldn't be happening. And just understand they did happen. So breathe. Take the time to write out the following exercise I'm going to give you to get unstuck and achieve the results you really want. Now, this exercise may sound too simple. It really is very simple. And it actually does work if you write out your responses. There's been a lot of studies that have shown that writing out your responses, not typing them out, but actually physically writing them out, will engage your brain differently. And when you do that, it sometimes becomes much easier to see new options. And that's what getting stuck is all about. So the first question is, what worked? So think about the situation. What worked about the exercise, or what is working? So an example might be is I'm increasing sales by 10%. I am working with 10 amazing team members. Those are examples of stuff that's working. Now notice I use numbers. That's the key. You really want to get present to what's working, and why I'm using numbers is it really helps you better pay attention to, oh, wow, 10%, that's pretty cool. Or wow, I've got 10 great team members. Look at that team next door. Yay. Exactly. So again, what worked? The second question is what didn't work. And so what didn't work might say, I missed the Q3 goal by 15%. Or I have an employee that continues handing in work a day late or 2 days late, or whatever that number might be. Be very specific. The more specific you can become in your thinking and how you write it out, the clearer the answer is. The clearer the answer is, the more likely you are to take action, focused action, and get unstuck. Then what you want to do before you do anything before you create a new game plan is you want to acknowledge yourself. So for a lot of times I've had people say, I want to be acknowledged for being a great leader. And what you want to do is go stand in front of the mirror and acknowledge yourself for being a great leader, or a great team member, or a great sales rep, or whatever that is that you want to be acknowledged for. And trust me, acknowledging yourself, better yet, having somebody else acknowledge you would be even better. Regardless, the acknowledgement makes a very positive impact on what you need to do next. What you need to do next is now create a new game plan to handle the missed results, or the steps that you didn't take, or some of the details you might have overlooked. Put together the game plan, and then within 24 hours, go and take action. Again, this is how I get unstuck. This is how I've helped many people get unstuck. I want to thank you for listening to me today, listening to On the Air with Jeanette Sibley, and it's your time for success. The URL for this article and the URL for the PXT assessment and my coaching mentioned in this podcast will be provided in the podcast overview. So again, thank you for listening to On the Air with Jeanette Sibley. It's your time for success. Tune in next week for more insights on how to achieve the success you've always wanted with my straight talk for dynamic results. Until next week, enjoy a great and successful week.